The final performance of the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus is this Sunday in New York. And that's a day on the calendar that some circus fans never thought they would see.
Yeah, I met a local circus collector who gave me a tour of his garage and also made a strong comment about Feld Entertainment's decision to drop the Ringling Circus. Pete Adams' Sarasota living room is shelf after shelf decorated with circus memorabilia. There's a wagon wheel in the front vestibule, a signed portrait of Red Skelton on the wall above it, and over on that shelf, a clown shoe that turns into much more.
The Ringling Circus.
But Pete is actually holding back in the main house. Wait until you see his garage.
These are actual season passes from the greatest show on earth that I've just acquired.
His garage is filled with more than 20,000 posters, hats, binder after binder after binder of pictures. What kind of things do you have back here?
Basically models of the circus. This is of Pidner, it's a French circus, and the models. And then this is Chipperfield's down here on the lower two shelves, and both of those are, of course, British.
Both of those are British, and as for Pete, he's from Maryland. So how'd this all get started?
When I was a kid, my parents, for my birthday in November, always took me to the Shrine Circus.
Fast forward 50 colorful years, and when it was time to retire, Pete and his wife knew they had to come to Sarasota.
I decided that we wanted to be close to the circus.
And Pete says since they arrived back in 2003 with their U-Haul trailer, his collection has since taken off, including 5,000 posters.
Russian poster. Yeah. This is Polish. Cirque. Oh. King Brothers. Okay, probably only played one day or 2 days.
And as you walk through his collection in the garage, you begin to realize Ringling Brothers is not the only circus. And even though Sunday marks the end of Ringling Brothers Circus, circuses will go on.
My personal opinion on the demise of Ringling, other people will step up. Just like somebody stepped up to repurchase the Big Apple Circus in New York.
Having said that, Adams admits he is disappointed at Kenneth Feld Jr. of Manatee County, who pulled the plug on the Ringling Circus.
If his dad was still alive, he'd be very disappointed in his family. I truly believe that they made their money to buy the operations that they have today based upon what they made originally from the circus sales.
But another collector we spoke with via Skype in Wisconsin understands the decision. Richard Bennett is the one who recently auctioned off dozens of items from Ringling's personal collection.
Most everything was given to me by Ida B. Ringling.
And even though he's a huge Ringling fan, he says he understands people nowadays aren't involved in circuses since they can now see everything at home on their computer. But despite the changing times, Sarasota historian Jeff LaHerd thinks interest in Sarasota as a circus destination will continue to attract collectors like Pete Adams.
I think it'll stay the same. I mean, obviously some of it will diminish if some of the show folks die off, but the institutions like the Ringling Art Museum, the Ringling Museum of the Circus, Gottesdown, all of that in the Ringling name will always be here.
And as long as institutions and museums will be here, Pete Adams will be here as well.
This is from a Chinese group that did an international performance.
So Ringling's last show is this weekend in Long Island. Adams will not be going to that. He said he and his wife saw Ringling's final show when it was recently here in Tampa. So he began this fascination as a little boy when his parents took him to the circus, and now all these years later, he's hooked.
I know, and so many people have one of those collections. I mean, you've seen spoons, you've seen coffee cups, all sorts of things, but circus memorabilia is a little different, not what you normally hear about.
Yeah, so. He moved to Sarasota to be around the circus community.
How crazy.
Not the beach, the circus community.
Interesting.
Still ahead, a legal battle over the late Alan Thicke's estate.
We'll tell you why his widow and children are refusing to give up in that fight after this.